All right, all right, all right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to, I got to change this date. Thought I did that already. Welcome back to Detroit Lions Weekly for, what's today, the 23rd, 23, March 23rd of 2023. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We have restructures. We have Alabama's Pro Day. We have our team making moves. Let me do that real quick. So what's up? What's up? Let me bring this chat out real quick so I can see what's going on while you guys are talking and I am going over this stuff. All right. So first things first, since we got on, we signed C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We brought back Jalen Reeves-Maybin. And I got a lot of slack in the comment section about Jalen Reeves-Maybin being a special teamer and all that other stuff. That's great. And I see that, right? And we need that depth because we lost a couple guys when it comes to special teams. Speaking of losing guys, Amadi Oruwariye is no longer on our team. We knew that already. He has signed a one-year deal with the Giants. So him and Jarrett Davis will be over there for the Giants there. So I guess good for him. Good for him. Way to fall off from that tremendous year you had in 2021 to almost non-existent in 2022, getting benched. And surprisingly, he got picked up before we re-signed DJ Chark. Speaking of DJ Chark, what's going on there? Brad Holmes at Alabama's Pro Day. Chark between Carolina and Detroit. Not sure what's going on there. What other options do we have left if Chark decides to sign with another team? If there's anybody in the chat, let me know that you're here because I see nothing thus far. And I want to make sure it did that last week. So let me make sure that it is working properly. Okay. Let me do this. Pop this out real quick right there. All right, like the stream too, man. Y'all don't be liking the likes. What's up, Nate? What's going on, man? Yeah, at least let me know y'all here so I at least know I'm not talking to myself, which I can do that anyway. You know, I look in a camera every day, literally talking to myself. So, all right, so the first order of business. What's up, Flying? What's up, Nate? Appreciate y'all. Y'all don't have to say anything. It makes the show go by better, but, you know, helps if I see people. What's up? Jordy says, does DJ Chark not signing mean there is a bidding war, or does that mean his value is tanking and teams waiting to sign him cheap? You know, Jordy, I think it's both. I think for DJ might be, I have no idea. I have no insider. I don't know. This is all speculation. But we just saw KJ Hamler, right, get hurt for the Denver Broncos. Just a random injury. So they are in need of a receiver. Trading Jerry Jeudy has been the talk for the last 2 weeks for them. So I think that DJ might be trying to up his price, but I don't think that's actually happening. It's still, to me, in play of one of these two teams. What's up, Tony? What's up, Fearless? All right, so the first thing we got to talk about is this. Today, we had a restructure. Now, I will admit I was wrong. I thought all of these players were gone. I thought Brockers, Vitae, I thought Romeo, I thought Charles Harris, Quintez Cephas, all of these guys were gone. The only one that left was Michael Brockers, and he left immediately. Like the first day you could cut people, he was cut. It's $10 million. Now, Lions were always going to do that. Brockers never stood a chance. If the rest of them were going to be cut, it would have been remotely close to when that happened. That didn't happen. Every one of them guys except Quintez Cephas has restructured. And today, the last piece of that puzzle restructured. Big V, Halapalooty Vitae. Yes, I'll be practicing that. Because the confusing part is Halapalooty Vitae, and then his last name is Vitae. So if you run it together, it starts to get really... But I did it, man. That's the first time I've actually said his name on camera without messing up. So that's what's up, man. Let's go. He restructured. Brad Holmes, and listen to this. With that restructure, y'all ready for this? The Detroit Lions, listen, I got to say this. I will still criticize Brad Holmes, okay? And I got to say, I try to be involved with my comment section, and I am not the creator that's just going to like comments. I like comments based on if I like what you're saying, right? Or I love comments. You can like them with the like button. I am going to get back and forth with y'all. I'll never be disrespectful. But if you criticize me and my thoughts, then I'm going to say something. You can criticize, but if you come at me sideways, then I'm going to come at you sideways as well. But it's all love. I don't understand why I can't have some friendly banter in my comment section. At least I read my comments. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Jalen Reeves-Maybin was a sign. He was a necessary signing. But I guess the frustration for me is coming in, when is our linebacker room going to get better? Now, I understand that the Detroit Lions ran a 4-2-5. So they had a lot of secondary players on the field. And that's why probably that Brad Holmes has not prioritized the linebacker position. Because in the 4-2-5, it's only 2 linebackers out there, right? So it's a lot of secondary players, and then you got the defensive line. So I still think we need somebody in that second line of defense. Will you be doing a mock draft at some point or critiquing others? Todd, I'm going to critique others. I don't mock drafts. No, I don't do them. This whole thing is pointless to me, even watching other people, but I'll have them do it because I'm not one to do it because I'd rather see them do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just not something I do. I hope he goes after Odell. Who? The Lions? Brad Holmes? Come on, man. We had it. Odell Beckham. We had a chance to get Odell Beckham when it comes to last season, right? Two seasons ago. He had a chance to be on our team. No. Here in Dogs. Made me LOL. I hear you say agree. Say what? I heard that Holmes was down in Alabama scouting. He was. We're going to talk about that, J Mommy, I'm sorry, I called you Mama. Like, what's up, Mama? I think the Lions haven't signed a backup yet to give the illusion that they'll take a QB in the top 6 to entice a team to trade up. Okay, fresh and fly. It's a very good point, but I got to retort to that. I think Brad Holmes might trade up himself from 3 to 6, and that's in connection with that Alabama Pro Day. But we're going to talk about that a little later. What's up, Detroit Lions powerhouse? A new content creator. You might know him as Troxel Sports Streams. He has his own Detroit Lions channel. Be sure to check it out. Almost at 100 subs. Makes content every day. Says, so I agree on linebackers, but I think Holmes disagrees. Oh, yes. Vitai's name, man. That's the first time I've ever said it. Okay. So let me grab this. And let's get this thing started. All right. Now, the Detroit, first of all, let me give, and who was the dude that said me about critiquing others? Critiquing this. Let me be honest with you. This whole mock draft is stupid to me. Everything about it is dumb. We have no idea what we're going to do. The reason I don't do mock drafts, they're stupid. Get your hopes up for no reason. Oh, in this mock draft, they fall to Bryce Young is a Lion. Will Anderson is a Lion. The reason I report on them is because that's what feeds the algorithm. Speculation feeds the algorithm. How real do I think this is? I'm not going to waste my time on a mock draft when it's for no reason. But people love them. They want to hear what the pros, and who am I? I'm just a dude who makes YouTube videos. You rather hear Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, Bucky Barnes, Bucky Brooks. I'm sorry, Bucky Barnes, he's the Winter Soldier. So that's why I don't waste my time doing them. Okay, here we go. Now, you're a Detroit Lions. I have to give credit where credit is due. I'm big on that, okay? I will criticize Brad Holmes. I want to win. If I don't like something he does, that's my opinion. The only difference between me and you is I put it on the internet. You're in the comment section, okay? There are some things about this team I want to change. You know what's funny to me is that we want to give Brad Holmes all this love. Our defense sucked the first half of the season. Oh, he changed it around. Yeah, okay. It changed around. They were young. Okay. None of you want to start off 2023, year 3 of a rebuild to y'all at 1-6, right? Nobody wants to see historically bad defense. I am going to criticize a move I don't like. Who am I? I am no one when it comes to the Detroit Lions. I am a dude. They have no idea who I am. I can say whatever I want, right? So I am going to talk bad about your team. If I don't like something, I'm going to say it. I'm not one of them guys that's going to Pillsbury Dough you, okay? That's not what I do. So for every piece of slack that I give Brad Holmes, every Jalen Reeves-Maybin, every lack at a linebacker position, I have to give this guy the absolute immense amount of credit for what he was able to do. I am going to show you where the Detroit Lions currently sit when it comes to salary cap space. All right? This is where your Detroit Lions currently sit. And this is after the restructure of Big V. They sit third in salary cap space. As a matter of fact, I should have been making this a video, but I forgot. Oh, well. Third, who started off the new league year with the most, the Chicago Bears, has spent a boatload of money. Brad Holmes, after all the moves that he's made, has moved his way up to number 3. That right there is Thor worthy right there. You're talking about 100% worthy of all the praise in the world. What this man was able to do, go from wherever I think we were like 14th or 15th, make some solid moves, get one of the best safeties in free agency, and still wind up number 3 when it comes to draft capital right now. Now, some might be wondering, why is this? What are we planning to do? That's why I titled this stream, What is Brad Holmes up to? He was at the Alabama Pro Day. Alabama, Bryce Young, Will Anderson Jr., some other cats as well. But we got our eye on 2, really, right? Why was he there? We know why he was there, but what is he looking at? Nobody knows. Brad Holmes needs to just do his job. Brad Holmes just needs to do his job, what he seems to, do. I guess that's what that's supposed to say. What's up, Paul? That means you are somebody. Oh, what I mean is, in the grand scheme of the Lions, mock drafts are just for fans to keep media clicks coming. Perry, there you go. I'm very impressed with how the Lions have managed the cap this offseason. Lions Fan Express, I am too. Lions Fan Express, another content creator moving up in the ranks of Lions creators. So make sure you guys check him out as well. Reconstructing helped a ton. Can't believe guys basically accepted pay cuts to stay here. And we know that Brad Holmes is the villain, right? And that villain is more internal than everything. I'm going to put a little spin on it. Brad Holmes is like, listen, Brockers, you ain't it, okay? We appreciate you, but you got to go. Big V, Halapalooty Vati. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Big V, Romeo, Charles. Y'all, you want to stay? This is what it is. He probably said, look, this probably what he did. He probably said, you see this number right here? You see that right there? You want to stay? You take that number. Take it or leave it. Making him an offer he can't refuse, right? All of these guys decided to take a pay cut. So I'm excited, and I got to give him credit for what he was able to do. If Goff accepts a pay cut, that would free up a lot of money. Man, that right there would be a dream. Now, I'm going to go into video mode right now, all right? So, okay, I am going to answer your questions. What's up, Dylan? What's up, Robin? Keep them about the segment, and I'll bring them into. Eventually, I'm going to bring a graphic on the screen where I'll bring your comments in the segment, like the actual comment. But it's quite a lot to do to try to multitask. Defensive tackle Young is at Alabama as well. He may be the Lions like him or just doing their due diligence on him. Bum Daniel Jones is getting $40 million a year. Goff ain't taking a pay cut. I think it's unnecessary to move up to take Will Anderson Jr. If Tyree Wilson, I'll take Tyree Wilson and then take a top defensive back at 18 or pick Bijan Robinson. Yeah, you know what? Trox, I think I got it, bro. I saw it. I just got to bring the overlay in and all that stuff. Taking pay cuts is nothing new. Okay, diversified. What? I don't know, man. You coming in here a little hostile today, bro. Like, I've never seen you before, I don't think. And it's always one in the chat that got to, like, push back on everybody. Let me know if that's you today. I say we draft Christian Gonzalez at 6 and then take Lucas Van Ness at 18. So we're still on a Cornerback at 6. I personally don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so let's do this. So we're going to go in video mode. Remember, if you keep your comments about the segment, then I will bring it in. Let me bring up Tankathon real quick so I can have this information. What's up, D. Reese? What's going on? Will Anderson is better than Wilson. Yes, he is. That's probably why he was going to go earlier. Now we can take a corner in the third. Rumor are the Lions are in love with Van Ness. Now, I heard a rumor today, but it's unverified. But I want to ask you about another individual as well. Okay, let's see. I'm on Tankathon, and I am looking at, what am I looking at here? I think the big board, the mock draft. That's what I want. Well, okay. Tankathon is all, you talking about somebody wrong when it comes to like mock drafts? They're horrible, but I like to use them because they got a clean layout. Third round, I'm willing to trade up for Will. Just watch his interview. That's what I was going to say. Okay, so let's do this. All right, let me bring this picture up, and we'll do this. All right. The Detroit Lions are kind of, I'm not going to say in a dilemma, but they got a decision to make. We're in a much better position than we were last year when it comes to draft position. Last year was second and 32. The gap was immeasurable. This year we have pick 6 and 18. The $1 million question is, what will Brad Holmes do with those picks? We know he's aggressive. We know he's traded up. We haven't seen him trade down, but he has traded up. So that's super duper aggressive. And I'm asking the chat, as well as you, the viewer, what do you think Brad Holmes is going to do with these picks in the first round? Today was Alabama's pro day. Now, we sent a lot of people to Oregon's pro day last year, blah, 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 Kayvon Thibodeau, yada, yada. He's a guaranteed pick. Well, no, he wasn't. But a lot of people are some people, I would say, are considering drafting a quarterback to succeed Jared Goff. Could that quarterback be Bryce Young? The likelihood of Bryce Young making it past the second overall pick after today's pro day, if he doesn't go first, is less and less likely. I'm going to say 99%. So with the Lions not being able to get Bryce Young, they're not going to get number 1. Will they possibly try to move up to 2? Package something together, move from 6 to 2, snag Bryce Young? Let's throw Bryce Young out. We talked about this last week, I'm sorry. Who could the Detroit Lions be looking to take with that 6th overall pick? This is our GM. This is a photo of our GM at the Alabama Pro Day. First of all, who took this picture? They look like they work for TMZ. Whoever took this picture works for TMZ. Alabama's Pro Day was today. We knew the Lions were going to send representatives. But Brad Holmes being there, that's kind of a big deal. So the question that I ask is, how aggressive do you think Brad Holmes will be with that 6th pick in the first round? We thought it was going to be a cornerback. But now I don't think that's going to be the case at all. I don't think the Detroit Lions are going to draft a cornerback anywhere in the first 2 rounds. They could. It all really depends on what we don't know, but they could. It went from being pick 6, pick 18, to now are they going to draft a cornerback in the first round? I say no. I don't think it's going to be a quarterback either. It could be 2 defensive players. It could be a guy that Detroit Lions powerhouse is very high on, Osiris Torrance, right? It could be an offensive lineman. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't lose my mind. But what was the man himself? Why was Brad Holmes there? Was it to get a good look at Bryce Young and maybe a potential trade up? Or was it Will Anderson Jr. in a potential trade up? one thing Brad Holmes has shown is if he likes a guy, he's like that dude, man. I likes you and I want you. If he likes you and he wants you, he gonna go get you, okay? So the thing about Brad Holmes, man, that drives me crazy is two things. One, the linebacker position, and two, the fact that we want to know, but we can't. He's doing a fantastic job with the keeping the veil over everyone's eyes. Lions Fan Express says, I think it's possible he trades up. If they're a guy he wants, he's very aggressive. Hatter's House says, Carter or Cansey? Robin and the safety trading up. Brian Branch, Carter and Cansey. Possibly Gibbs, running back in the second round, or the safeties. Deary says, I really don't think the Lions are going to take Jalen Carter if he's available. I really think he may go edge rusher, Will Anderson, or O-line Peter Skoronski at 6. Now, according to Justin Rogers, who was on, Locked On Lions yesterday, he said a lot of things, man. Go check out that video. If you're not subscribed to Locked On Lions, Matt Derry, he's not in the media, but he has a lot of connections to the people in the media. And Justin gave he said from what he heard at the NFL Combine is that a lot of GMs are not very high on Carter. Somebody's going to take him. Somebody eventually will be like, give me him, right? But he heard that the Lions are not very high on Carter. And I think we all knew that. This year is the hardest to predict what we'll do in a while. Well, this is only his third one, Donovan. So why do you think? I mean, obviously he's there to check out the talent, but what kind of mystery? What do you think is going on behind those eyes? What do you think Brad Holmes is actually trying to do when it comes to those two players? Do you think it's any possibility that Brad Holmes tries to make a move I think Will Anderson Jr. is a lot more likely than Bryce Young, especially after today. Everybody said he throws tall. He throws taller than he is. I think. Am I frozen? Am I gone? Now it says excellent. We back? Yes, we back. Okay. Yeah, that mug was like, man, could I end the segment first though? I hope I ended the segment. All right. So I'm going to start opening up the phone lines. Probably sometime around the draft. I'll open up the phone lines for these shows. Okay, good to go. You're back. Yeah, my wife works from home. Sometimes we good, sometimes we not. Move up 3, says Nick. Give up 55 and a 5th this year and a 3rd round. Wait, what? Move up 3, give up 55, a 5th this year and a 3rd and 5th next year. To move up 3? That's a no, Nick. Who's taking that deal? If Will Anderson is there, his preferred pick, I could see him trading up. But if not, I hope we get Nolan Smith at 6. Yeah, hey, Trox, I had the yellow square, bro. Steve Smith loves him. I believe Carter would be the pick. I like to see him, simply put. He's a kid that will change with good leadership surrounding him. You can't lose. Arizona would take that deal? Okay, but would you be willing to give that deal? So, Nick, that's 4 picks, right? So give up 55, a 5th, which is our first pick. So we would have pick 3, pick 18, pick 38, 40-something, right? 44. And then we wouldn't pick again into the 6th round. Honestly, would love Will Anderson Jr., but I don't want to give up draft capital to do it. You know what? I wouldn't mind giving up draft capital if we, like last year, it was no way. There's a reason I freaked out with Jameson Williams, because it was like we had so many needs, so many holes that we had to fill, right? So I was like, why? But this year, I don't feel as bad, even though our defense needs improving. I don't feel as bad because we got 3 new bodies in the secondary. And not just like random bodies, man. People that can make a difference back there. If he trades up for Will Anderson, can you imagine Will Anderson, Josh Pascal, Aleem McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, James Houston, Will Anderson? Man, John Kaminsky, bro, we would have, that's one of them game-changing defensive lines. So a 2nd and 5th this year and a 3rd and 5th next year. But I know we lost something to TJ, right? In the TJ trade, like a compensatory pick or something like that. It's only been 2 years worth of draft, but Lions seem to really value high character. I don't think they take a chance on Carter. Mac, I agree. 100%. Okay, so it was something else that I wanted to bring up as well. You know what? Maybe, I think we talked about this. I talked about this on my other channel. And I'm going to talk about it on this channel here. I just got to find his name. And then we're going to do this. But before we do that, let's bring up, nope, not that one. I want the free agents. Okay, what do you think is coming out of this restructure? Do you think it's DJ Chark? Do you think it's I don't think it's anybody in the secondary. Do you think it's a linebacker? Do you think it's a defensive tackle? I think that's where I was going. Dude's 5th pick and a 2nd rounder with a 4th will get us a 3rd round pick. Bridgewater. Big V. Halapalooty Vitae. Yes! That's 3 in a row. If you notice, I've never said his name. I have never said his name on camera. Ever. Because I was getting tripped up at the Vati Vitae. So if you put it all together, it's like, and that part was, the Vati Vitae was tripping me up. Okay, so I heard, okay, I don't want to tell you where I heard this rumor because I don't want to put pressure on that guy. I saw something in which that person said that there was a rumor for a particular player that could be rumored to come to Detroit. Okay, not really breaking news, but Ezekiel Elliott expressed his interest in 3 teams, and the New York Jets look like one of the teams that have interest in him. So the New York Jets could be, and guess who they still waiting on? Aaron Rodgers. I told all y'all to relax. I told y'all to relax because 2 weeks later almost, he's still on the Green Bay Packers. They're not even close to a deal. So don't get it twisted. Marvin Jones. Okay, Fragrance, I'm not going to tell you what side it was because I don't want to bring any. I didn't see this. I did not see. I only saw through NFL rumors that DeForest Buckner wants to play for a contender. So, but he is owed a boatload of money. And I don't think, but I will say this, Brad Holmes is a magician. So I'm not really frightened by any amount of money that somebody is owed because Brad Holmes seems to make this happen. Yeah, so that's what I saw. I saw it on Twitter, but I did see a video about it. But like I said, I don't want to tell you where. If you saw it, then you saw it. But I don't want to go with it, and it's not really valid. How do you feel about Jalen Reeves maybe coming back to the Lions? Dang. Mr. Poole, but see, there you go. Mr. Poole says he came out and said that's not true. Buckner called out the account for it. Well, dang. That's why you got to, I guess, do your due diligence. Dang. Jalen Reeves maybe can still get cut again. Yes, he could. Here's this is where my frustration came from with Jalen Reeves Maben. DJ Chark, right? That's kind of where it's like, oh, what are we waiting on? I either we move on or we get him. We get it done. And to me, I want to start trouble. Now, if you start it, I don't mind finishing it. But I'm not one to start trouble. I don't like drama, contrary to what you might believe. But I do use logic. I do use kind of power of deduction or trying to figure out what's going on. So my thing with DJ Chark is, what is the holdup? We've known for it. We're talking about day 11 now, and it's between the Panthers. It's between the Lions. So what's going on? Waiting on the Jets. He's a locker room guy too. I already have a 44 jersey. No, he's not getting that back. Harris, Houston, Romeo, and Julian all on last year, so we need an edge. I'm good friends with Maven's dad. He's going to be fighting for special teams mostly a roster spot. Listen, Orlando, first of all, shout out to you. That's what's up. Secondly, yes, he should be. I'm glad. I'm not like wishing he gets cut. I'm not wishing he gets cut at all. So I'm just like, I don't know, y'all. I'm just ready for an impact. I'm ready for impact players. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for players that will make an impact. And I am just nervous about the linebacker. That's all I'm saying. I seem to be the only Lions content creator that's willing to get on record and say, hey, I'm nervous about the linebacker position. Like it's almost like you can't say anything about it. Let Brad Holmes cook and all this stuff. Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. Diamonds in the rough, flipping people's salary cap. It's happening. He does his thing. But we can say that he's not perfect. Levi Onwuzurike, Ife Melifonwu, his first draft is not looking the best. You know what I mean? So, but his second one was stellar. We all assume his third one will be. So, I'm going to say what I don't like, and that's just how that's going to go. That's my vote. That's my number one worry, too. With this off the street, is it safe to say Brad Holmes has his eye on a linebacker or two? Imagine Bobby Wagner signing. See, here's the thing. B-Wags would probably would take over for where Anzalone's at, right? So I don't know if that happens. I really don't see anybody coming at linebacker. Like, no one. Brad Holmes has done nothing. And another thing, too. The backup quarterback needs addressing. Like, he said that. But you can't say anything bad about Brad Holmes because you're letting him cook. Yes, we want him to cook. But if he say, he say he going to cook, well, what you waiting on, right? So maybe he's waiting on the draft. That could be a possibility. But the question I have for you is, do you want a rookie backing up Jared Goff? Is that what you want? If you want that, then that's fine. Do you want to waste the third? Where do you want this at? Do you want Stetson Bennett? Do you want an undrafted rookie? Is an undrafted rookie a reliable source for wins? You know what I'm saying? So let's say, here it is, Carson Strong plays in the USFL. I don't know if y'all knew that. He got picked up by the Michigan Panthers. So Carson Strong was an undrafted rookie free agent, got cut before the start of the season, never saw a snap in the NFL, and now plays in the USFL. And who knows, Stetson Bennett might not even be there. Y'all like Stetson Bennett. He might not even be there. We have 2 6th-round picks. If we're going to take them, we got to take them. I think he gets Hendon Hooker in the second round, okay? Which pick? 48? We have 38 and 44. So which one do you think? Deary says, I have faith Derek Barnes is going to take a step this season along with Rodrigo. That would be awesome. That would be fantastic because, remember, Derek Barnes was part of the St. Brown trade. I think they got him back-to-back. It was like St. Brown and Barnes back-to-back. Do you think the Lions should use Houston as a linebacker or form of a hybrid position, seeing he has played linebacker in college? Okay, J. Mommy. I say that they could use him as a hybrid, but I'll say this. When he was at Jackson State, Dion and the position coach was like, or I should say Coach Prime and the position coach was urging him to switch to edge. They just saw something there. And look at how it paid off. So they could do that, but I see him sticking around the edge a little longer. Maybe kind of, if you say hybrid, I'm thinking more of maybe he stands up like Hutch, because that's what he does, right? He really doesn't rush from the dirt from what I've seen. Have you talked about the possibility of trading Okudah yet? No, but we'll talk about that now. because I was actually going to bring that up. I saw that on Locked On Lions yesterday as well. But I've already talked about this. I told y'all that Jeff Okudah was not safe. He was not safe at all. At all. Neither is DeAndre Swift. Now, I got to say this. So let me pull up. Let me do this because I'm going all over the place. Okay. DeAndre Swift. I watched the top 100 runs from the NFL season of 2022. DeAndre Swift was on it twice. Twice. Jamal Williams was on it once. DeAndre Swift, you see him and you're like, dang, bro, like this kid, he got it. He got something. He got the talent, but it's just like that extra for a running back. He don't have that. But man, he looked good. They showed the run against Washington, and then a run against I forgot who. We wound up losing the game. But I was like, dang, man, this kid, because we didn't see that Swift since early season. You know what I mean? So, man, DeAndre Swift, you just see it and you want him to be that guy, but you're just worried that he won't be. Like, who would want him or Swift? Jack Fox is a master of five-man front. I think Von Miller in Denver. Okudah is a dog. Really? Okudah's a dog, huh? Whose spot is new linebacker going to take? Right, Nick, that's what I was just saying. That's why I think that once we signed Anzalone, I was like, we're not linebacker probably won't happen. At least not one that we want. Okay. Jeffrey Okudah. All right. So let's talk about this. We'll do this. So I saw on Locked On Lions yesterday, shout out to Matt Derry, and Justin Rogers. Phenomenal piece on Chris Billman. If you don't have the subscription to the Detroit News, you won't be able to read it, I don't think, but it was a fantastic piece. But on the show, make sure you subscribe to Locked On Lions. On the show, they talked about Jeff Okudah. And Justin Rogers said that he wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Okudah is not on the roster come the start of the NFL season. I have said that a ton of times. And maybe then, and only then, will you stop trying to make Jeff Okudah something he's not. We want Jeff Okudah to be that guy. Anybody that's picked that high needs to be that guy, right? We give him more slack or less slack than we give DeAndre Swift. And I have always been on Jeff Okudah head from before the days of YouTube, the early days of YouTube, and I have always been on his head, 100%. He was never a guy that I wanted. Now, I understand a dude criticizing another dude. Listen, this guy gets paid millions of dollars. He's an NFL player. He plays in front of thousands of people. Criticism is something that happens. Just like I'm on the internet, y'all got y'all snappy comments. I get criticized. It is what it is, right? But will the Detroit Lions, is it possible they move on from Jeff Okudah, especially with what they did in the offseason so far? We got 3 people in the secondary. 3. 2 of them are cornerbacks. One is a safety that can play nickel. Right now, Jeff Okudah is the depth piece. Now, Mosley is coming off an injury. So the only battle that I see really is between Mosley and Okudah. The Detroit Lions can move on from Jeff Okudah. They really could. According to, this is Spot Track, here is Jeff Okudah. Here are his numbers for the 2023 season. They have yet, by the way, to pick up his 5th-year option. Heading into 2024, his base salary is just over $1 million. He's 24 years old. His signing bonus, $5 million, $5.5 million. His roster bonus is $4.1 million. His cap hit is $10 million. His dead cap is $5.5 million. Okay? $5.5 million. Why won't they let me highlight that? All right, you see it. Maybe because it's got the underline. And Justin Rogers said he wouldn't be shocked if Jeff Okudah was not on the Lions roster come 2023, the start of the season. We've seen first-round picks get cut before. We had one on our team, Mike Hughes, who now plays for the Atlanta Falcons, if I'm not mistaken, was a former first-round pick, albeit he wasn't drafted in the top 3. He was at the end of the first round, and he got cut within his rookie contract. The Lions, that would be a big cap hit, which is why I don't think they would move on. But this Justin Rogers he's on the inside. He knows much more than we do. And for him to even insinuate that Jeff Okudah, it wouldn't be a surprise if he wasn't on the roster. I think we have to take notice, and I think it's time for us to be honest with ourselves and say, hey, there's a real possibility that the Jeff Okudah experiment is over. ENT says, I wanted Isaiah Simmons at 3, then still want him now. Who Got the Juice says, like Holmes said, this was essentially his rookie season. And, I mean, but what does that mean? Holmes also said that he had to get a backup quarterback either in free agency or through the draft, and now we look like we're stuck with the draft. So what I'm saying is, of course Brad Holmes is going to say that. Why would he not say that? That's like saying, that's the same with Jameson Williams is essentially a first round, like having a third first round pick. I mean, people make this stuff stretch. Of course, you think Brad Holmes is going to be like, yeah, man, Jeff Okudah sucks. He's not going to say that. Corners get injured too often. I say keep him for depth. Give Dre Bly a year with him. Okudah should switch positions and become the new backup QB. If Carter is available at 6, okay, trade out of the pick. Okay, we're drafting a QB at 6 and at 18 if this is true. Dorian Williams from Tulane is a guy they could draft or maybe the 3rd or through 5th. He's great in coverage and could play special teams for a year or 2. All right, so Motor City Thanos comes in with the snap, says, I think we saw the best version of Okudah we gon' get. And you know what? I think you're right. I think that you're right. He was hurt his rookie year. He got hurt season ending his second year. His third year was essentially his rookie year, and he played tremendous the first couple of games of the season. He was benched at the second half of the season. Near the end of the season, Jeff Okudah was not on the field, right? You go from shutting down Justin Jefferson to not on the field. Amani, who is no longer on our team, officially signed with the New York Giants, was stellar in 2021 and was benched in 2022. There comes a moment where it's okay to say that Jeff Okudah is not it. And that's what I think Lions fans, I have never seen a player since I've been on YouTube get that much cushion as Jeff Okudah. Jared Goff, y'all was ready to throw that fool out immediately. Right away. Y'all was ready to be done with Jared. Y'all was ready to call Aiden Hutchinson a bust after game 5. But something with Jeff Okudah y'all will not let this man go. So let me know in the comments below, how likely do you think it is that the Detroit Lions move on from Jeff Okudah? Me, I don't know. Justin is closer than I am. He wouldn't be surprised. Neither would I. I also wouldn't be surprised if he plays year 4 and he winds up Mike Hughes 2.0, where after year 4, he gone. Because year 4, his salary, Jeff Okudah's salary for year 4, his base salary, Jeff Okudah's base salary for year 4, okay, which is the option that the Detroit Lions have yet to pick up, $11 million. This is the highest he would be paid in his time as a Detroit Lion. $11 million. This is more money than he's been paid in each individual season as a Detroit Lion. Jeff Okudah is not safe. Don't think because he's a first-round pick he's safe, but consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. On a push to get to 10K by the NFL draft, you can help me do that. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions. All right, I'm trying to tell y'all. Man, that Jeff Okudah is not safe. No more suck up. Wait, they cut Ryan Suckup his cut? I see them restructuring his contract. Well, they got to pick it up first. So if this is the last chance for them, why don't we wait to see if Jeff and Swift can have a contract year type of season? Well, I mean, they could. They really could. I think he's on the 53-man this year. If he fails to start and playing lights out, he's gone in 24. The thing with Jeff O is maybe Detroit is not the right fit. I think Jeff O needs a fresh start. Ed Oliver. Okay, so the Ed Oliver, I heard a couple rumors today. Ed Oliver, I heard the DeForest Buckner, which has already been debunked, and it was one more. It was one more guy that was linked to us. What do I think Brad Holmes is up to? I wish I knew. So I'll say re-signing DJ Chark. Is Ragnow or Decker due after this year? I feel like Decker just did something. That's a good question. Let me see. I know we drafted Ragnow in 2018. I feel like they both did something. All right, so Frank Ragnow's contract is – so Ragnow is signed through 2026. The Lions could get a potential out after 2024. So Ragnow is solid. We got him locked up for the next 2 years. 23 and 24, our potential out would be 2025. Now, Decker, on the other hand, who takes a colossal – he's number 2 under Jared Goff as far as cap base salary. Taylor Decker is – wow. The Lions could actually have a potential out this year. They won't take it, though. Dead cap, $17 million. Holy moly. Wow. Yeah, so he signed a 6-year deal. He signed a 6-year deal. The Lions' potential out could come this year, but they would have $17 million in dead cap. Ragnow this season, his base salary is $13.7 million. His signing bonus is $1.5. Workout $250,000. He restructured to $3.9 million. His dead cap, his cap hit would be 19.3, and his dead cap would be 17. Yeah, Taylor Decker ain't going nowhere. He'll be here. He ain't going nowhere. Okudah wouldn't go for more than a 6th-round pick. We could just cut him. Okudah could be cut. I mean, they would probably try and trade him, but again, it's a trade value thing. I think at best you can get for Okudah would be a 3rd-round pick. It was already DeBuckner. That's a good one. That's a good one, bro. Do you think it's upcoming? Do you think Goff is? Do you think this upcoming year is Goff's best? I do. I do for sure. Any new players yet? Sorry, I have been working. As of today, no. No. Maybe we can put Jeff Owen Swift in a trade package for a player. Okay, Perry, that's a good thought, but you got to do it on an expiring contract. You got a guy who got benched at the end of the season. Who in the world would take Jeff Okudah and DeAndre Swift? Like, especially as a package deal, because then you got to eat Jeff Okudah's salary, which is only $1 million, but still. Our offense will be better than last year. That's funny. So my thing is, what is Brad Holmes planning? We were waiting on Big V. Okay, so that's not a reliable source. Okay, there's a website I'm not going to mention. They have a YouTube channel, but I don't know who these guys are. They're like me, as far as I know. I don't know if they have any credential people on their staff, but the Ed Oliver, they mentioned the Ed Oliver stuff, and I don't know how true that is. So, but I guess we'll end the segment by saying this because we'll be on next week. Nick says, "What's up, Rainbow Girl? What's going on? I didn't even know that was you who said that. So I got to give I got to give you stuff.
Butterfly in the sky.
I think I'm going to put the whole segment on there and see if YouTube copyrights it. And if they don't, then I'll keep it. I'm Okuda was sick at the end of the season. Yeah, okay. Was he? We got the juice? Or was that what we were told? CJ Gardner-Johnson started off his career at corner, so if we get rid of Okuda, I can see him going back to it. Which would kind of make sense because we got Tracy Walker and Kirby and whoever we might draft. Okay, wasn't necessarily do you think okay, so let me ask you this. Who got the juice? When Amani was not playing, did the Lions ever come out and say he sucks and he's not playing? Like, did you ever hear that? That he's not playing because he's terrible? Like, you didn't hear that, right? So they're going to come and tell you that Jeff Okudah was benched because of his play? What are these rumors about trading for a DT? Well, so far one has been debunked. And then you have a couple more out there, and they have no valid sources. Nobody is really talking about how much pressure do you think AG is under this season. Okay, nobody. I have been waiting to talk about that. That's facts. That I just, with all this breaking news, I had a slate of videos that I got planned. One is about David Montgomery. One is, I got this one, I got that one. And one of them was going to be Aaron Glenn. 100%. So we could definitely talk about Aaron Glenn. How Aaron Glenn, if he fails this year, we've already talked about that on Syndicate Sports Detroit. I haven't made a video though. Sick of his own gameplay. As far as I know, this year you have to pay Okudah whether you keep him or cut him. What about tight ends this year? I'm drafting the first few rounds. That is a no, bro. We just drafted one and no. Why? We traded a first round pick away and we drafted one last year. And we didn't sign Gesicki. We didn't sign Hayden Hurst. Everybody's off the market. So we obviously are either drafting one or rolling with what we have. And I hope we don't draft one. We got so many other needs to fill. We cannot be drafting a tight end. Buckner was debunked by himself. Yep. Amani was getting burnt 2 years ago, but had 6 picks, so no one talked about it. That is true. It was because you know what, Nick? So Amani just finished his 5th year. First 3 years, as I have 4 fingers, first 3 years, it was cornerbacks take 3 years to develop. And then he came out in year 4. He was balling. He was like, see, I told you, man, they take 4 years, and Amani is this. Da-da-da-da-da. And now, the next year, Amani is trash. He cut. I mean, we're not even thinking about re-signing him. Jeff Okudah's in year 4, but he's essentially a rookie, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say it right now. Jeff Okudah will never, ever, ever live up to the 3rd overall pick. As far as first-round picks are concerned, Jeffrey Okudah is a bust. There, I said it. You should do a mock draft. That is a negatory, bro. Waste of time. Let's see if Jeff can go fight for a starter job in training camp or can play well as a backup. I would trade the Rams 18 and next year for a 3rd for Aaron Donald. They're not giving up Aaron Donald. He tried to get Aaron Donald instead of Jared Goff, and the Rams said, no. They said no. They actually laughed at him. If Jeff O play out his contract, can we get a comp pick? I believe so. But what will he be worth? Rainbow Girl says last chance for Swift and Okudah, and I believe that is as well. We drafting Gonzalez, then right if we get rid of Okudah. I don't know, man. I think that Justin was kind of like me. Like if he's on the team, he's on the team. I wouldn't be surprised if he's cut. Like don't be surprised if he's not on the team. Since everybody think he's untouchable being a first round pick. All right, so we'll end up with this because I think this was a pretty decent something that we probably won't see again. I don't think we've ever had this, and this is going to be a big event. So I would say start making plans now. Now, I live within 15 miles, so it's not a big deal. I mean, I could rent a hotel or something down there, which might be an option, but we'll see. Okay, so the Detroit Lions have to get through the 2023 season. But when we do, this time next year, we will be gearing up for the biggest thing that has happened in Detroit since the Super Bowl. The 2024 NFL Draft. The dates have been announced. I am super duper excited about it because I've never been to a draft. I've never been invited to the draft. And if you go downtown, they have a structure that has a countdown. Days, weeks, hours, seconds to the NFL Draft. So it will be held. This year's draft will be held the 27th through the 29th. The draft for 2023 will be, they announced the dates, the 25th of April through the 27th of April. And I am going to try to be down there every chance I get. Every single chance I get, I'm going to try to be down there. I'm excited at the draft. Why can't I move this stupid thing? Okay, let me grab. They won't let me grab it. Okay. They got like the draft, the stuff you can do down there. There's 3 days of you can run the 40, you can do all this stuff, and this is going to be extremely fun. That's going to be the 25th through 27th of 2024. I don't know where it's going to be held at, though, as far as what location downtown. Did they announce that? Nope, they just announced the dates. Hosting the draft right after winning the Super Bowl. Nick, that would be fantastic. I may have to drive up for that. I'm so happy for the city of Detroit to get to host the draft. Yeah, when we hosted the Super Bowl in 2006, it was fantastic. It was phenomenal. Great time. It was down near Ford Field was insane. And it had just come 2 years after the Pistons won the NBA title. So it was like, man, everything was happening, and we haven't had anything since. And it's been, 17 years? 17, it'll be 18 since Detroit has seen anything. We knew we were awarded this, 3 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago. I think this time last year we got awarded. So, yeah, because Hard Knocks was announced the same day that it was announced that we got the draft. So I'm super excited. I would love to do something for that, like some type of show, a meetup or something, man. So I will be down there all 3 days. I would love to do something, stream from somewhere, because I don't think you can get in. Like, you can't, I'm not going to be one of them people in the, like, Michael Banks, like in the center for their fan section. So I would love to kind of host something at like a restaurant or something like that and do that. Aaron Donald with canceling the draft, forget it, Holmes and company are stupid. Yeah, we're not getting Aaron. Where's this Aaron Donald stuff coming from? Where is this coming from? I don't think that the Rams would give up Aaron Donald. They didn't 2 years ago. That doesn't mean they would now, but I don't think it's super likely, even though they're like tossing people in the wind. Where is this coming from? Did somebody mention it? Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Anyway, that's our time. We are out of time for this Thursday, March the 23rd, 2023.
Well, we out of time.
We've been on for over an hour. We're going to be back next Thursday. We are also going to do a schedule release party. That's going to be probably in about 6 weeks. We will be doing the NFL draft live on this channel. I'm excited because this is the first time that I will have done it on this channel. I didn't do it over here last year, so I'm excited about that. Excited to keep making videos for you guys and keep giving you your Detroit Lions content. Lions going to the Super Bowl. I would love to see that. That would be fantastic. Could you imagine the Lions, like, even if they appeared in the Super Bowl? I mean, forget that. Give us give us a Ford Field home playoff game. And a win? Man, please. 2024 would be probably the most exciting I've seen in the last 30 years. Like, real talk, since the Lions were one game away from the Super Bowl when I was graduating middle school. So it's a good time to be a Lions fan. Be excited. This is the most excited and real I've been in a long time. But with that being said, man, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. Thank you for 9,000 subscribers. I got to see it in person and live. I really appreciate that as well. You guys are awesome, and I will see you next week. Go Lions.